arrested for an elaborate plan to kill his classmates. Thanks for watching.
And investigators say that child did plan out where to place bombs on a detailed map of Veterans Park Academy for the Arts in Lehigh Acres and wrote a manifesto, too.
We have team coverage on this scary situation. Our safety and security specialist and retired FBI agent Rich Kulko has details on how investigators handled this situation. But let's start with Wink News reporter Olivia Jean. And Olivia, you spoke exclusively with the sheriff's office about this incident.
That's right. This whole scenario played out in just a few hours, just right here. They got a call yesterday from this school, the Veterans Park Academy, during school hours, may I add, stating that a 12-year-old boy had plans to bomb his school and to hurt fellow classmates. And there was proof that boy is now behind bars. 9/11, Osama bin Laden, Jeffrey Dahmer, how to make a bomb and where to find materials to build a bomb. Those are just some of the searches a 12-year-old boy who attends Veterans Park Academy for the Arts in Lehigh Acres is accused of making on a school-issued computer.
So it was very concerning behavior from a 12-year-old, and that's why we took it very seriously and immediately began investigating and arrested him.
His arrest report states he talked about bombing his school and hurting his fellow students while in school, and even watched bomb-making videos on his Chromebook. Then, Thursday, his fellow students spoke up after the child said his uncle knows how to make bombs and that bombs were already made.
I want to inform you that a student has been arrested for allegedly making a threat against our school.
This was a classic case of see it, say it, make the call. We are incredibly proud of the students that came forward, who informed their teacher, who then informed the school resource officer, and that's when our school threat enforcement team got involved.
That school resource officer removed the boy from class right away, and then a short time later, he was arrested. In addition to the Chromebook searches, LCSO served a warrant at his home. They didn't find any bombs, bomb-making materials, or anything significant.
The maps were very concerning. They were maps that he had drawn himself, and he even put the several different locations on there where he intended on placing the bombs. He also had a manifesto that he had written with his intentions on committing these violent acts.
The map was named the Veterans Park attack, and in the manifesto, the student noted he was ready to face the consequences. Fast forward a day later, parents tell me they are disturbed to hear this news and they fear for their kids. But others told me they aren't surprised, and they say this isn't the first time a threat has been made by a student. Today at Veterans Park Academy, everything is back to normal, but LCSO told me that there is an increased law enforcement presence. As for the student arrested, there is no previous criminal history. He is charged with threatening to hurt or kill others and to bomb his school. He now sits in the Department of Juvenile Justice, and he'll be there for the next 21 days. I'm live in Lehigh Acres. Olivia Jean, Wink News.
Thank you so much, Olivia. And retired FBI agent Richard Kulko joins us live in studio now.
And Rich, you talked to the sheriff's office yourself, and you learned that they've had hundreds of threats in Lee County schools this year. How do they handle these threats?
Well, it's been a busy year. When you say handling these threats, the first thing that has to happen is they have to get the threat. There's two ways of doing that. There's an app that exists on every Chromebook. You can see it there on your screen. And every student has the ability to anonymously submit a tip. That's important to the school safety officers. The other way that they can do it, and this is what happened in this case, is they can just go to a teacher or to the law enforcement officer in the school. In this case, it worked. The sheriff's very happy. You've heard him talk about it for years, to see it, say something, and take that to an official, and that's exactly what's occurred. But the real thing, Lee County Sheriff says they have been very, very busy. The numbers have gone up over the years for these school threat assessment teams. Those teams, counselors, instruction, school administrators, and of course law enforcement. And the big thing here, how many times they've responded. And in just this school year, I was kind of surprised to hear these numbers. 288 threat investigations have been conducted, and they have resulted in 54 arrests.
It's a lot.
Definitely.
So I'm a parent here. I'm watching this, and I'm thinking my child goes to a Lee County public school. What should I be doing at this time?
What you have to be doing here as a parent is you have to know what your child is doing on the computer. When you look at these, when they look back at these events, they always find, or almost always find, that these students have spent time researching previous shootings, going all the way back to Columbine. So you have a child in school. It depends on the age they are. They have a certain level of privacy that they're entitled to, but that's kind of a continuum. That goes up. When you have a child 12 years old, it's fair for the parents to know exactly what that student is doing. They should be checking the computer. This young man, we heard Olivia talk about it, was researching Osama bin Laden, how to make bombs, where to buy bombs. That should be a real warning sign for any parents, and they have to put a stop to this. And they should have said something earlier in this line. So.
Our kids are so savvy online, but as parents, we have to be up to date on what's going on, for sure.
Yeah, they can outsmart us every time.
Yeah, all right.
We got to work hard.
All right, thank you very much.
Well, new at 5, Congressman Byron